Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. I did go to this Ring of Honor taping on Sunday. Actually sat through two sessions of tapings for Ring of Honor on Sunday. I was there. I got there at 12 o'clock. They opened the doors at 12:30. They started at 1, and I didn't go home until I didn't go back to the hotel until close to 9:30. And I know a lot of people would probably be like, what the fuck? That is a lot. And for me, it was just like, y'all got any more of that wrestling? Because I could definitely use some more. I absolutely loved it. Now, it was really important for me to go to these tapings because I've been covering Ring of Honor since Tony Khan had bought Ring of Honor. I've covered every pay-per-view, I've covered every episode, and I felt this is very important for me to see because I thought that it was interesting that they got a residency, at least what seems to be temporary, in Arlington, Texas. And I was like, I have to see it. I had to see it for myself because I felt like he was taking initiative to do this, to bring some changes to Ring of Honor. And honestly, when you're at the show and you're watching it live versus seeing how they put everything together, it is two different things. Because I just watched the episode and I'm just like, it feels different than when you're there. And I absolutely really did enjoy the episode. We did start off with Paul White, who is now the board of directors at Ring of Honor, who is giving a recap of Death Before Dishonor. And I absolutely love how that felt. Like, he's talking about it. He's showing that he has a role in Ring of Honor and letting people who didn't see the pay-per-view know what happened. And he had a calm voice, and it just felt right. It felt absolutely right. So that was great to see. We did start off with the six-man tag championships on the line. We had Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs versus Jack Jameson and the Iron Savages. Now, I enjoyed this match, and the security guard I was talking to, he was just like, hey, we're just filming, and later on they'll end up putting whatever order they want to put it in. And watching the show, I felt like pretty much the same order that we watched it is how they ended up putting it on the show, and I thought that it flowed well. The six-man tag titles are on the line. This is the first title defense that they've had since they won the titles at Battle of the Belts. I know this is they're not necessarily a team yet, but I do feel like they need some time to really feel more of a cohesive unit. Obviously, the Rose and the Von Erichs, they have history, but I do feel like they need to have like combination finishers. They have to come up with things to look more of a trios. I do totally buy them being a trios, but we need to show that a little bit more in the ring. Dustin Rhodes, oh my gosh, she's 55 or whatnot, and he moves like a baby in the ring. I absolutely love it. He knows when it's that time to go on 10, and I absolutely love it. His timing is just perfect in the ring. The Von Erichs obviously don't have as much as experiences as Dustin Rhodes, but I feel like Dustin is the right guy to really take them under his wing, both of them under his wing, and they end up improving with their careers. Really great efforts by Jack Jameson and Iron Savages, who are absolutely, I love these guys. I really do. They're one of the few wrestlers out there that really plays in crowd participation and really try to get the crowd feeling like they're part of the show. And I absolutely enjoy that about them. But they fall short in terms of getting those titles. Better luck next time. After this, we do have Mark Briscoe with his youngest son, baby Jay Briscoe, who is just so cute. He's so cute. And he's cutting a promo about the match that he had with Roderick Strong. And in an old-fashioned babyface form, he is giving Roderick Strong praises. And he's just like, but bitch, I retained the title, and that's what champions do. So I'm hoping that from now on, we see a little bit more of Mark Briscoe in Ring of Honor, because prior to this, I can only think of twice that we saw Mark Briscoe on Ring of Honor, and that's not good because he won that title back in earlier this year, the first pay-per-view, and it's just like, bro, like, we're in the summer already. We need to pick things up. You have the biggest title in the company. We need to see more of you. After this, we do have Top Flight versus Ace of Spade Academy. This was just all right. It was nothing, to it wasn't that. It wasn't all that. The only thing that I can honestly say that was interesting was that Layla Gray has joined them as a valet. She has a flight attendant outfit. Well, not something that you would typically see a flight attendant wearing on a flight, but a sexier outfit. And I think she looked great. And I thought, oh, this is really cute for her to be part of this group. And I really hope that we get a chance to see them work as a group in terms of wrestling. Top Flight ended up taking the win. Don't go out your way to see this. This was just okay. After this, we do have the infantry who kept saying, that they're a really great tag team and that they should be having a lot more opportunities within the company. And the one team that keep getting more opportunities than them is Top Flight. And they kept mentioning Top Flight's name over and over again. And then Trisha Dora was like, you know who just joined that group? Layla Gray. And then they start like laughing and snickering and shit. And I was just like, yes. So Layla joined this group, and it looks like there may be a feud or at least a match between Top Flight and Layla Gray versus Trisha Dora and the infantry. And that's just what I wanted to see. Mixed tag team match. So if that's where we're going, I like that idea. So now we have Maya World versus Robin Renegade. I love both of these ladies. However, this is also another match that I wouldn't go out of my way to see. I've seen Maya World, and she's very talented, and I feel like you don't really get a chance to see much of her in this match. And I know, I get it. It's like, well, she's not a Ring of Honor girl, so they're not going to want to show her at her best. This is really just showcase Robin, which I'm cool with because Robin has taken L after L after L. But I'm like, man, I've seen Maya in action, and she's really, really great. It would have been cool to see her show a lot more in that match with Robin. So it was just okay. Nothing to go out of your way for. Robin Renegade take the win. A much needed win. After this, we do have Anthony Henry, who is backstage. He got a match with Wheeler Yuta coming on. Melissa. Is it Melissa? What's his name? Swolverine's wife. She now works with AEW, so she's doing Ring of Honor interviews backstage, which is interesting. And she goes, well, what happened to JD Drake? Is he all right? Is he injured? He's been injured, so he won't be in action for a while. But his cousin Beef is now there. He's at the shows and he's being annoying and shit. And I thought that this was really interesting to see that Anthony Henry still kind of has somebody. It's his cousin, his annoying ass cousin, who seems to just want to participate in things. So that's definitely interesting to see where they're going to go with that. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. However, one of my favorite matches that I've seen all for the week, Beast Mortos versus AR Fox. Oh my God, AR Fox, Jesus Christ. This man, beautiful, that body chiseled. He is so handsome. We periodically we get AR Fox. AR Fox, he trains other wrestlers or whatnot. He got his own school in Atlanta or whatever. But I do feel like he has a lot of potential to be someone, in AEW, Ring of Honor, whatever situation is. And we just get him every once in a while. He's in the ring with Beast Mortos. Beast Mortos is another one. Oh my gosh. I know y'all looking at Beast Mortos with the mask or whatever, but if y'all don't see them pictures on Instagram to know what I'm talking about. Mortos te amo! I have not seen his face, but everything else looks right to me. Both these guys are really great wrestlers, and I felt like they had such a great chemistry. I absolutely love this a lot. This match, I really do feel like if Tony Khan is not looking at this and saying, man, I need to put these guys on TV more, then he's crazy, absolutely crazy. And it's just so interesting that people who's never been in the ring just get in the ring and just these people that never been in the ring together just get in the ring and just create magic. And I just was like, damn, this is really, really great. The chemistry was spot on. I think we had AR Fox, who has that more high flying style. Beast Mortals, yeah, he got that too, but a little bit more of a powerhouse in comparison to AR Fox. I felt like they did so well together. And I was afraid that this was going to be a squash, and they gave us a nice little lengthy match between the two of them. Beast Martos, he did take a pin on Mark Briscoe the other day on Dynamite, which was very interesting. And I've been noticing with all the shows that I've gone to, the crowd really likes him. Yeah, he's a bad guy, but they seem to really like him. And it's not necessarily, he's not the good guy. It's when the crowd really recognize talent, they don't care if he's a good guy or the bad guy or not. And I absolutely appreciate that. This match, definitely check this out, because I do feel like this is probably the best match of the whole show. Really, really good stuff. I can't wait to see what they do with Beast Muertos. I went to the Collision taping, and he was red hot on there too. People were just loving this guy and just chanting for his name every time he was not in the ring, and I thought that was so cool. So I can't wait to see what they do with him. AR Fox is another really talented guy. Tony Khan, get him on the show every motherfucking week. Beast Muertos ends up taking the win, and rightfully so. After this, we have the MXM collection back there. And he, instead of saying ROH as in Ring of Honor, there was like a Ring of Hotties. And I was like, you know what? I like that. Put it on a shirt. I'll definitely buy it. Something about this team I absolutely like. I know some people probably don't like their antics or whatnot. But I like it because it really does play out with these characters in the ring. And they seem to have sat there and thought, what can we do with these characters, and how can we play this role within the matches itself? And they absolutely nailed it. And that's what I feel like has been missing with pro wrestling. Those strong characters, people who are dedicated and doing those characters justice. And plus, we need another tag team. I've been saying it for the longest, not just AEW. I think even WWE needs to be focusing on hiring tag teams, not necessarily just individual people and just throwing them together. Well, yes, Mansoor and Mason, they were not always together, but that just happened to work out. It doesn't always happen when random people get together to make a team. Can't wait to see what they do. They've had really great matches so far, and I think their characters have been pretty strong as of yet. After this, we have another strong match. Anthony Henry, Lord have mercy, Wheeler Yuta. These two guys, oh my God. And I've been saying about Anthony Henry since the very beginning. He is so great in the ring. Another technical beast in the ring. And I just feel like, oh man, if he was in my promotion, he would definitely be getting prioritized, because I see the talent that he has. I would be putting him on the mic. I will be putting him in the storyline, and I will try to get the best out of him. And I think he's super talented. He has a really, really great match with Wheeler Yuta. I think another one of those top matches that I've seen all week. Very, very strong. Their styles are, I don't want to say similar, but they complement each other in the ring. And, I know Wheeler Yuta had just lost his title or whatnot, but he's been gone for 6 months, and he just got back a little bit over a month ago, and he's back in the ring, and he's just looking so, so good. Throughout the match, we get Anthony Henry cousin Beef, who's sitting out there ringside. He was like right next to me where I was sitting watching the show. I was so happy to be sitting ringside. So you'll see me periodically whenever they're showing the audience or whatnot. I'm sitting right next to the red hat sign guy. That guy is so tall, by the way. When he stood up, he stood up, and then I stood up, and literally his elbow was like right here where my shoulders were, and I was just like, holy shit, either you're super tall or I'm just super short, and it's both. Anyway, these two guys, like I said, their styles complement each other. They're both very technical, and I'm just saying, like, that pure division should be super strong. There's a lot of really great technical wrestlers within AEW Ring of Honor, and I really do wish we could just focus on that. Now that Lee Moriarty has a title right now, I think we could really try to go a different direction with the pure title and try to get all those technical wrestlers to be part of this division. I think it's super, super important. And for this match here, if anybody is not familiar with Anthony Henry, this is a really great match to watch. If you're not familiar with what Anthony Henry does, he's absolutely insane. But Wheeler Yuta takes the win. Honestly, he could have taken the loss, especially after he just lost his title. Will we see a rematch between Lee Moriarty and Wheeler Yuta in the future? I'm not hoping so. Up next, we have the Premier Athletes versus the Superstars. This was skippable, to be completely honest, but it was great to see Tony Nese and them abs in the ring. What more can a girl want? Premier Athletes take the win. I really do enjoy Premier Athletes. They come out there, they call everybody fat fucks and tell them that they should be going to the gym and all that stuff. And you know what? That's true. We should be going to the gym or whatever. But I do feel like oh God, they're okay. We're seeing them a little bit more on TV, especially on Collision or in Rampage too. I can't remember, but I think that's great. They use these guys as the heel team or even as individual. They come out there to get everybody upset and riled up, and then you like to see them lose because they just insulted you and your whole fucking family, and it works in terms of heels, but they're so talented though. And I'm just like, I want to actually see them win. Am I the only ones? When I've been going to these wrestling shows these past few weeks, I'm just like, I am putting in overtime work for cheering for the heels, making all the noise for the heels while everyone else is drowning my noise, cheering for the baby faces. And I'm just like, I really do wish heels get a little bit more love and not just from me. Premier Athletes takes the win, but don't go out your way to go see this. Up next, we have Fuego del Sol, who has made his little comeback to Ring of Honor. I don't know in terms of anything about contract or whatever, but it's great to see him back over there. And like I said, I like seeing little things like this because it does really look like Tony Khan is a reasonable man and ends up making amends when needs be. Now, we do have Fuego del Sol going against Jacoby Watts. Nick Camarado, he out there in his little snazzy $2 Versace-like shirt. Real talk, I've been wondering about Jacoby and where he is. I feel like he has a unique character being this preacher guy, cult leader-ish type of thing. And I'm just like, the possibilities, all the things that you can do with a character like that is absolutely insane. However, I don't see them taking advantage of doing the best it can with this character, which is very strange. So he's been missing in action for quite some time. Nick Camarado's just been thrown in the mix randomly with other people or whatever. But here he is coming to take a loss to Fuego del Sol. And it's no shade to Fuego, you know. I just feel like he has a character that has a lot of potential. And he's another one that I would definitely try to prioritize because when you have someone like Jacoby who has a character like this, he's supposed to be this leader and supposed to, recruit, brainwash people that will believe his stupid shit and join his group. There's potential there. But unfortunately, I don't know where it's going in terms of what the company's going to do with them. Fuego, he took the win or whatever, but I don't know. Something about it could be much better than what it is. So now backstage, we have the Minions with our girl, our forever champion, Athena. Athena is like sitting in the front and she's saying all these wonderful things about Lexi. She's holding on to, what's her name? God, now I'm over here. Billy Stark. She's holding onto Billy Stark's hand, but she's thinking that she's holding onto Lexi's hand. Then she looks up and she's like, oh, then she turns around and goes towards Lexi to hold her hand. And it's like, you see now that there's this thing that's playing out between her. So, all right, she's always favored Lexi a little bit more, but definitely says Lexi helped her retain the title. Now there's definitely issues, definitely arising between Athena and Billy Starks again. So we'll end up see what happened in that. I did see another taping after this, so there's a little bit more that ends up happening later on in the future. After this, Brian Cage versus Rocky Romero. Ooh, so good, so good. I absolutely enjoyed this. I thought this was going to be okay. Let me not say squash. I thought this was going to be like, I don't know, 4 to 5 minutes, and we're going to pack it up. But man, Rocky Romero, Brian Cage, I thought was really strong. Was there a hiccup or two in the match? Yes, but overall, it was really strong. Watching matches like that. Oh, let me just say, Rocky Romero is that wrestler. He has wrestled all over the world, all over the world. He has wrestled all types of wrestlers, and he gets in the ring with almost anybody and make them look good. Oh my god! And it's not to say Brian don't look good, but he helps people look strong. The only person that he could not help that I remember in recent history is Hook. When he got in the ring with Hook that one time, that was the match that I felt like really showed Hook's flaws, because he's in a ring with a veteran like Rocky, and he really did not perform well. But whatever, we're not talking about that. Brian Cage, man, he's another one too where I'm just like, he's been in the company for a long time. I think he said he signed like a 6-year deal or some shit like that recently, and I'm just like, bruv, you haven't done anything yet. I think he is definitely worthy of a singles title. After seeing a match like that with him and Rocky, I do want to see him being prioritized for a singles title, perhaps a TV title. I would have loved to have seen him win the TV title at the pay per view the other day, but that didn't happen. Um, Rocky Romero, so talented, but Brian ends up taking the win here, and rightfully so. During this match, there was a part where Rocky ends up flinging Brian onto the barricade. Them barricades are so loose. There was a little girl that was sitting next to me. When I tell you, I snatched that little girl so fast, because I knew that when Brian hit the barricade, he was gonna kill her too, obviously by accident. So I end up snatching her, and then her grandma was just like, "Oh my god, thank you." And I was like, "Granny, you need to be paying attention, because she's all up on the barricade, and once they start flying, somebody gonna get hurt." Really great match, and I just can't wait to see what they do with Brian, because I've seen him quite a few times over the past few days. So hopefully he's gonna get some more TV time. He needs it. Now, to end the show, we do have Dustin Rhodes who come out, who once again is just happy about winning his first title at AEW Ring of Honor. He's happy to be winning the title with the Von Erichs, and him being from Texas, he's just spilling his heart out to all the fellow Texans in the arena. And while he's talking, here come Evo Uno with his wrinkled ass shirt, and he doesn't like what he's hearing. He in the Dark Order, they had a match with they had like an eliminator match with the Von Erichs and Dustin. They obviously lost that. So they ended up advancing to Battle of the Belts against the Undisputed Kingdom, and they end up winning the titles at that show. Evil Uno's not happy about it. He's coming out there. He said, "I don't give a fuck about the Rose. I don't give a fuck about the Von Erichs. You're an old man, and pretty soon you're not going to be doing this much longer. You might as well just hand them titles over here." And just as he's talking, here comes the other members of the Dark Order to come attack Dustin Rhodes. Obviously, nobody's happy about that. And then, boom, we hear music, and it's Sammy Guevara, who has been gone for God knows how long, and he comes and saves Dustin Rhodes. Everybody and their mama is just happy and everything, and I was just like, okay, well, not what I expected, but we'll see where this is going. He comes out there and help, and Dark Order scatter like flies. Now, I would say this. Over and over with Sammy, they have tried to get him over with the fans, but they kept trying to do it with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho can't get nobody over, not even his damn self. And finally, I think they finally found someone to help Sammy get at least cheered, and that was Dustin Rhodes. So we'll see what ends up happening between the two of them moving forward. I do feel like this is one of the strongest episodes that we've gotten from Ring of Honor these past few months. It's starting to feel like something like something really good is going to happen with the show. I'm hoping they're heading in the right direction. It was really great to see everything come together as a show rather than sitting there for hours during these tapings, not sure like how things are going to play out. I think this was a really strong episode. A lot of strong matches here. Not everything was a home run or whatever, but a lot of great things. And man, I cannot wait to see where Ring of Honor goes from here. Still got some more tapings to go to next weekend. So we'll see what ends up happening with the show. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back with Rampage tomorrow.